What is going on, everyone, and welcome to 2-Hour Test Drive. Now listen, gaming is an expensive hobby, and with so many titles releasing each and every single day, it's hard to know which games are worth your time and money. Now that's where I come in. In 2-Hour Test Drive, I will check out the first 2 hours of a game and give you guys my thoughts. By then, we all usually have a pretty good idea of whether a game is worth our time or not. So let's check out what this title has to offer, and today we're going to be checking out Squirrel with a Gun. Alright, so the very beginning, let's start off with the basics. First off, I did get a code for this game for video purposes, so I need to tell you that. I've done that. There you go. Now, Squirrel with a Gun is developed by DD Creations and is published by Maxim Entertainment. It's going to cost you $17.99 and is currently only available on PC over on Steam or the Epic Game Store, although it is set to release on PlayStation and Xbox Series consoles on October 15th, 2024. Alright, so that's the very basics that you guys need to know. You know where you can play it, you know how much it costs, everything's good. Let's actually talk about the game. So first off, I do have to say that as soon as I saw this game, I knew that I had to have it, although personally, I love weird, interesting indie games, and you guys will learn that about me as we continue this series. Though, don't worry, we will definitely cover more traditional games as well, but the more traditional games, people usually already know whether or not they're going to pick them up or not. So, Squirrel with a Gun starts off with you in a secret lab where you find what looks to be your first golden acorn. Although, if you actually take a closer look as the player, these seem to be some sort of deep state device possibly meant to keep the population under control. I'm not really sure about that, actually, and you probably shouldn't concern yourself with it either. After all, you're a squirrel, so if it looks like a nut, if it smells like a nut, then it's a nut. Enough said. Anyhow, this first portion of the game serves as your tutorial, and it'll show you the basics of what you can expect during the rest of the game. My favorite part about this section is the way the squirrel first gets its hands on its very first gun. Now, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but that agent definitely deserved what he got. As you continue through this introduction of the game, you'll learn how to move and maneuver, and you'll quickly see that this is going to become a collectathon game. So once you make it to the end of this training area, which in itself is kind of weird, why would these agents have a training area for a squirrel to learn how to hurt and or kill them? But again, we're a squirrel, who cares? Anyhow, once you pass this part of the world, it opens up into a semi-open world area. Right off the bat, once you pass the training area, you can go and do anything you want, though there are some areas of the world that are locked and won't open up until you complete certain objectives. And this is where the game, for me at least, began to shine, and you'll quickly see that this is basically Goat Simulator with a gun and a cuter, more compact animal. All around the open world area, there are agents trying to catch you, stop you, or kill you, but you're a tough guy, you've got this. In each area of the map, there's a number of golden acorns that you need to collect, as well as some weapon depots and item shops that you can unlock by turning in golden acorns as well as regular acorns. So be sure to use them as you need in order to solve all these puzzles. And there's all sorts of different puzzles where you have to solve situations in order to get more golden acorns. And of course, these are not your traditional puzzles where you're connecting dots or pulling levers or anything like that. They're situational, right? So some of my favorites right off the bat are the area where the floor is lava, quite literally, as well as the backyard barbecue. And again, these are your situational puzzles. For example, in the backyard barbecue, you need to find a way to feed people burgers, but the burgers aren't cooked. So you need to find a way to do that and then make everybody happy. You'll get golden acorns and the praise of everyone at the barbecue. Now, if for some reason or another you're having trouble finding puzzles or where you might want to venture off to next, you can simply climb a flagpole and then scan the area. Once you're done with that, once you see where everything is at, you can then take a leap of faith and land safely in a bale of hay down below. I wonder where they got that idea from. Now, additionally, if you're ever running low on acorns, you can do something as simple as posing for humans and allow them to take a quick pic of you. Or you could go all GTA on them and hold them up to get them sweet, sweet nuts. Now, there's also unlockables that you'll find through the world that are either just for cosmetics or they may even help you out with certain puzzles. I was able to find a squirrel-sized bomb suit, which made the landmine area of the opening part of the game so much easier to get past than the first few times I tried. And I also found this cute little dress. Now, what does the cute little dress do? It just makes you move around in a more ladylike fashion. And this is probably my favorite thing in the game so far. It does absolutely nothing to help you with puzzles. It does absolutely nothing to help you with gameplay. It just makes you move around in a more dainty way. Now, I should mention, so far we've only seen one, but I think we can expect some boss fights in the game, because what are agents without a boss, right? And of course, the boss fights are weird as all hell, but again, it's nothing that you can't handle. So this boss fight ended up rounding off the first 2 hours of the game for me, and I have to say that I'm loving the game so far. I absolutely plan on continuing it, but as a primary console gamer, I'll probably wait for the console release before completing the game all the way through. Okay, so let's try to TLDR this, alright? This game is about a squirrel with a gun. It's a dumb, fun collectathon, and if you enjoyed Goat Simulator, you'll probably enjoy this game as well. There are plenty of puzzles for you to work through and silly collectibles that can either help you progress through the game or just change your looks. And as far as we've seen so far, there are going to be boss fights to keep things interesting. Overall, I'm really enjoying the game so far, and I think you should give it a shot. So I'd love to know what you guys think. Is this a sort of game that you might check out, or is it just not your style? Please let me know in the comments, and while you're there, let me know what you've been playing lately, as well as what upcoming releases you're excited for. Also, be sure to subscribe to keep up with the next 2-hour test drive, and as always, I will see you in the next episode.